I need a coffee.
It's been a long day, hasn't it? It's been a long day for you, or what?
It's been a massive day. I actually had a huge day in the clinic
in a good
today.
way or a negative way, bro?
Positive way.
Wow.
It's been a great day. I had amazing patients all day.
Nice.
I got to help a lot of people, made progress with everyone.
It's nice to be here
It's
with
been a
reflection.
Yeah.
Think
How was
about
your week? How was your day, actually? Let's not look at the week yet. Let's look at the day.
I feel like
How
I'm
was your
getting
day?
hammered. To be honest, I'm getting pumped at the moment. in a good way. I'm going through this amazing transition of, going through life and then getting into university and then, becoming a podiatrist, then, professionally treating people and, quickly climbing in that space. Then climbing further where now being a podiatrist is hard with everything going on. That's where I'm at right now. Right, I'm getting stretched like this.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
but it feels good. I'm okay. I'm good.
Man,
like, boom.
I can notice that's happening with you at the moment.
Yeah. It's crazy. Look, I think it's happening so quick. I wasn't expecting it. I'll be honest with you. Hey, let me turn this mic around. I don't think I was expecting it, man. Oof.
Let's face each other. Let's chat.
Oh my God. Guys, don't worry, that stain will be there next week. Okay? I'm joking, that was a joke.
Is it business? Is it personal? What's going on?
A lot of business stuff.
We didn't get to really chat this morning. I knew you had a lot going on. I ran in.
Dude, we didn't.
Yeah, we chatted real quick, but then I had patients straight away. I had a packed day today.
What do you mean, George? What do you mean? We chatted and after we said about 20 words to each other, then we turned to George. And it was a good 5 words, and it was me giving George one of my days. I had to say, bro, I'm getting packed, getting pumped, man. Can you please do one of my days? So George had to sacrifice his stuff that he does that day to then do my day. That's how we're trying to help each other out at the moment, man. That's where we're at, and that's what it feels like. I'm getting pumped.
It's good. It's not a sacrifice to me because I enjoy what we're doing here.
Awesome.
And we've got a good vision. We've got good plans. We've got amazing patients here. So I'm enjoying it.
Cool. No, that's a cool reflection, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Look, I think the thing from my, all honest, I'm being legit. The thing from my perspective is it's really challenging what I want to do. I'm always I'm naturally pushing the barrier. I'm naturally a little bit, what's the word? I'm very competitive to myself. Yeah. I'm naturally very inquisitive though, right? So, and because I'm so open and I have no filter, I'll be inquisitive into, but that person seems to be living like that, or that person seems to be doing X. What's stopping me as a human being of doing X? So I'm getting to where this is going to and why I'm like this. Right?
Yeah.
And why I'm getting pumped right now. But that's what I actually feel like is I get inquisitive. I find out what they're doing. I go for it. And then I start up a new thing, new venture, new idea. And I'm just chasing it all of a sudden. I'm implementing ideas and strategies because I'm so obsessed.
Yeah.
But it's got me into this position now.
Do you purposely look for people that you can grow from? You're saying that you're following these people, what they're doing.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Or is it just people that you're coming on, obviously with all your business ventures, everything that you're doing, you come across many different people.
I think you attract it.
Of course. Yeah.
Dude, I think you attract it. I'll be honest with you.
I believe wholeheartedly in that.
Yeah. Because I've even had people who I've met as patients. I'm like, look, there's no other way that we would have met. I'm at work all the time. You're super busy.
That's true. Yeah.
Patience is
it's
the craziest one. When you meet that patient and you're like, whoa, this guy's insane or this woman's insane. You actually wonder and you're like, nah, there's no reason why we would have met, but for a reason. Let me help you. You let me help me. I'll see you next year. That's how it feels.
Do you know what? It's interesting you say that because I had a patient yesterday. That we've formed this great connection over the last couple of weeks, and she's actually emailed me and CC'd in a director of a documentary from the United States that they're doing on.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you this today. I only got the email today.
Shit, okay.
Actually, no, I did. I told you the other day because I said I've got someone that I want to bring on. So I want to bring this lady on.
Okay. Now
she's
it's tying
got
up.
a very intriguing life. She's experienced a lot. I'll leave it for the podcast because she can explain it all. But we've been having these conversations, and
She's here or over there?
She's over here.
Nice.
Yeah, she's Australian. She lives.
Oh, I want to get her on now.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very different to how we view life and what we're doing, but complete contrast.
I'd love to just meet her. I don't want to talk much before. Honestly, I'd love for her to just walk in. This is how I would want it to pan out, right? Really interesting people. I want him just to walk in and just meet him, like now, and be that live. And like, look, nice to meet you. Like, George just told me all about you. And then you just dive into it. That would be awesome. Because that's when I'm at my best. Dude, when I first meet someone, I'm at my best.
Yeah.
Think about this.
She's very much the same personality type as you. So she would be very open on initial sort of meeting. Yeah. But like I said, that's how strange. I would have never met her if it wasn't for work. And now she's asking me to come on to a documentary about men, emotional men, masculine toxicity and all those sort of things.
Interesting.
So yeah, I would have never met her if she wasn't a patient.
I want to do this. Yeah, and it's meant to happen for a reason, man. This is it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to broadcast her live and exclusive on The Process. Welcome to another episode, guys. I don't even know where that convo went and how long that was, but that was awesome.
This is the start.
That's an intro for you. The Process, episode number 3. We are live. We are exclusive with the one and only Dr Milner.
Hype it up. Woohoo! What are we talking about today, man?
So look, I thought a couple of things and had a quick debrief. Only literally 2 minutes before this. I'm like, hey, crazy day today. What are we talking about? And what I naturally feel right now is leveling up. That's the word I said for this week is leveling up. Even me leveling up. I walked into that bathroom earlier and I'm like, hey, you just got to level up, bro. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to make it. Hey, you listening out there? Right now. Hey, you listening? Listen to this. Don't be scared, right? To get a little bit uncomfortable. Don't be scared to open your eyes and go, what have I got to lose? 99% of the time, you got nothing to lose because you can come right back where you are, honey. I'm telling you right now. You can come back right where you are right now like that. You can choose to do that and you'll be completely fine. How crazy is that? That's why I was saying we need a level up. I need to level up as well. That's how I was feeling.
We spoke about this in the last one, successes and failures, leveling up, not being scared to go into the unknown, not being worried about what ifs, not quitting when you're hitting adversity, leveling up. I had this conversation with you this morning because I felt like over the last couple of weeks I have, but I think it's
naturally for everyone.
Yeah,
just let it go. Look, for me to even say that conversation this morning, right? Sorry.
No. I was going to say I think
I know what I'm going to say. Go.
You go.
No. I know what I'm going to say. Go.
Being around the people that are doing the same, surrounding yourself. Surrounding yourself with the people that are doing the exact same, leveling up. Ambitious, driven people that have goals. It's contagious, bro.
Yes.
I said this to you today because of how I feel when I'm in the clinic when you're here.
Wow.
So we obviously don't cross paths every single day because I'm treating, you're doing your things, blah, blah, blah. But when we are, I feel that extra sense of... Whoa. But I said that to you this morning.
Sucker punch.
I've leveled up, man.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel that extra kick?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, energy, bang.
I think, do you know what? I actually do because it's motivating. Do you know when you can actually feel yourself leveling up?
Yeah, nice.
And you'll know because you'll start accomplishing things. You'll start ticking off goals.
Wow.
Things will start falling into place.
For sure.
And so you know when you're doing things. And I think habits form that.
Yep.
So leveling up is a byproduct of good habits.
Wow, and
changing
it could just be around the habit of being around those type of people.
Yes. I'm just going to consciously put myself in positions where there are people that are leveling up in their lives.
To the point.
Because it's so contagious.
Bro, to the point you feel uncomfortable hanging around those average or single-minded people.
Yeah.
You feel uncomfortable that you won't do it anymore.
Because
you actually won't do it.
You get nothing from it. You realize that surface level connection.
Bro, it feels dead to you when you go back. Because when you're around those people, hey, do me one more favor. You listening? Just go and be around someone that's doing better than you, right? For those small-minded people, their ego gets in the way. They don't like being around people better than them because they feel hurt. They feel attacked. They feel like, whoa, get away from me. I don't like you. I don't like you for a reason. I don't know why. It's because they're getting hurt. They're getting woken up. They're getting shown up. That's how they feel, right? But put yourself around those people. You'll feel how fulfilling and next level and dynamic and exciting and endless energy it is. Endless energy. Remember that word. Endless energy. Right? We're going to create a short out of this. Endless energy.
Man, it feels
insane.
It feels hard not to want to step up when you're around those sort of people. You feel sort of guilty. Do you know when you're hanging around those sort of people and that they're telling you what they're doing, they're showing you what they're doing, the actions speak for themselves. It makes you feel somewhat like it shines a mirror back on what you're doing with yourself.
Ooh, that's deep.
Do you
as
think?
well. Yeah. No,
like whether you're actually not doing enough or whether you're doing enough.
Oh, okay.
When you're hanging around people that are doing really well,
sorry, I got you.
That shows it shines a mirror back on what you are or
that's
you're
what
not
hurts
doing.
the ego.
Yes,
dude, that's what hurts the ego. Because like, look how knowledgeable
it's a
this
reality
guy is,
check,
right? Look how diligent this guy is, and then they feel shit because they're not like that, right? That turns people away. That's another short. Snap. But honestly, you're right. You're true. You're 100% right. So because they feel uncomfortable, that's what happens to them, right? And because they feel uncomfortable, they always stay comfortable. Guys, and that's why I said today, what I said to you this morning, and when we brought you in, and I said, hey, dude, I know you've got a lot going on. And I'm like, I'm glad you hired someone, actually. And I'm like, that transaction made complete sense. This is me being legit right now.
Yeah.
That transaction, that woke me up.
Yeah.
Right? Your transaction where you hired someone, you're like, okay, I'm going to come and take his day because you know where that will also go. That's two wheels turning. He's one main wheel from his side, and then we're working on this wheel, and he knows the potential of this wheel as well. He's like, dude, he looked at me. This is a couple of weeks ago and goes, you think I'm going to stop that wheel? Dude, I'm going to keep that wheel turning.
Yeah, man.
And whatever I have to do, I'll choose the smarter option for sure. Just give me some time and let me figure this out. And this is what happened. He got another day and boom, that's going to turn into a home run at the end of the year. I'm telling you right now.
My first employee that I've ever hired.
Well, hey.
Thanks, bro.
Like, good stuff, honestly.
2 years into Milner Biomedical.
How do you feel?
I just feel like it's just a part of the process now. Like, I don't feel satisfied, but I just know like that it was coming. It was a part of the process that I had to get to that point. But it does make sense that I hire someone. So we're moving into the United States. Yep. So we're opening the business up over there because a lot of the traction, and we're getting a lot of involvement from NBA, NFL teams, that sort of stuff. So it made sense that we moved over there, but it didn't make sense for me to be over there.
Yeah.
So that's why we've hired someone, a strength and conditioning coach.
But how do you feel? This is my question. How do you actually feel knowing, hey, I've got two things turning now? Just slow down for a sec.
Yeah.
How do you actually feel?
Do you know what? It makes me feel a little bit more at ease. Do you know how we're talking about two wheels turning? Like sources of income and different passive incomes and all those sort of things. I feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that there's two things behind me.
Really? Is that legit?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Dude, that's really good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think that's probably the right place to be. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. See, when sometimes the stakes get a little bit higher, through pressure, people can feel uncomfortable. They're like, okay, I need to be working a bit harder. That would be the natural response, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look, I just need to be working a little bit harder.
Yes.
And that little pressure, that little man, that where that came from, he gets a little bit stronger over time and goes, I need to be working a bit harder. And then for some reason, he's stressing you out now because he keeps telling you you're going to be working harder and harder. Guys, it's a good place to be comfortable. If things are going to change, if things are going to happen, right? Try them out. It's good to be, it's nice. Feel more relaxed. Just go, hey, I've got a couple of things which may pop or a couple of things which will help me in the future, right? When that happens, you guys will be, right? That's where you'll be. You'll be right there. And it's good to feel like that, man. And that's what I was going to tell you. This morning, when speaking to you, I know I am leveling up. Because for me to just drop it like that, right, and go, okay, today's the day. Like, I just cannot do it anymore. I know something else is occupying either my time, my energy, or my mind, right? It's okay, because I know my journey. I know what's going to happen. It's weird. It's actually really weird. I know what's going to happen.
You've thought about it.
I know, bro.
Not thought about it,
Dude,
outcome.
it's like I know what's gonna happen in my life. It's weird. I can't. It's very deep. Like I just know what it's gonna feel like. Sorry, that's even better. I know what it's gonna feel like, but I don't know like what it's gonna be like. Anyway, that just shows me I'm a step closer to that. So I trust the process of what's gonna happen moving forward by doing this day. I've even thought of X, Y, and Z ways to keep you and make sure it's a positive move for you as well. Dude, I think of plan B, plan C. I've even got 2 exit strategies coming out of that one move, right? That's how I think.
But once when we spoke about that, we both went, wow. Like that makes sense in all ways to pull me back from what I was doing with my business.
Yeah.
Push me into formulating a bigger stance here and then getting someone over there. That when we both kind of stepped back and looked at each other like,
honestly,
why haven't we done this earlier? It made more sense. So we really need to start. Well, I need to start looking at things more logically.
Well, look, think about this. With then more income, you'll be able to stimulate a lot more marketing.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it's traditional, whether it's social media, whether it's digital, whether it's voice box, whether it's cash marketing, whether it's referral. Whether if it's donation, charity, anyway, I've said, hey, it's 10 sources you guys can write down, by the way. Just letting you know. Quick tip, boom, boom.
There we go.
Anyway, but you can use that extra income or additional currency to improve your marketing, increase your exposure. Ready? To a level that you couldn't have done if you went option number 1.
No. And you know
Think
what?
about it.
Do you know how you're talking about working harder? There's only certain everybody works hard.
Yeah.
Everyone that's trying works hard.
Yeah.
But there's only a certain level you can get to with working hard. Then you have to start working smarter.
Yeah. Well,
and we even spoke about exchanging time for money. There's only certain hours in the day.
Yep.
So there's only then what you max out your hours.
Once you max out your hours, then you then keep transitioning, guys.
Yes.
The main thing is max out your hours first.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this, number 1 thing. Guys, for the ones that out there that think they're going to skip step 1, 2, and 5 to get to level 7, right?
There's no shortcuts.
There's no shortcuts. Because the main thing is maximize your time first. So you're generating a little bit. So you're a little bit more relaxed and you can go, hey, let's push it now, right? So you've got a little bit behind you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Once you get to that stage, then you can then start to allocate and trade resource for time rather than time for money, right?
This is a good transition to exactly what I wanted to speak to you about as well, is real estate. So you're a podiatrist.
That's
you do the bulk of your work being a podiatrist.
Yep.
Then you've been heavily invested in real estate over the past.
I was a podiatrist.
Was it? Yeah. I'm the podiatrist here now.
You're right.
I am the captain now.
Hand it over.
Hey, it feels like, but in saying that,
Yeah.
but it makes sense for me to do
That was
your.
a really loud laugh, sorry.
I have to laugh back. But as it made sense for me to hire somebody in the States to do my work, it makes sense for me to do your clinical work here, for you to concentrate on
Stimulating.
the business, stimulating, growing
They'll
others,
look after
building
all of us.
others,
Yeah.
looking after the team. We're getting a huge team here now.
Crazy.
So you've got to manage all the staff.
Yeah.
So you got to
Can't wait.
you tapped out with not tapped out. Sorry, you got to you're revving.
Capped out.
Yeah. You're revving. You're redlining.
Tapped out for capped out.
Yeah, you're redlining hard. So it made sense for me to do your clinical work so you could do that. So what made you get into real estate? Out of everything that you could have done to diversify
Just even from that one business, you're right.
Yeah.
Then how did I jump?
Because I'm interested in this because as most young people are, everybody wants to buy a house. Everyone wants to know the best way to make money on investments.
Yep.
Everyone wants to know the best way to make money on investments and what's going to be profitable, how it can sort of set them up for the future.
Yep.
Real estate's obviously a great way to do that.
It is.
So that's one reason why you've chosen.
Yeah, I'm going to explain to you guys, and it's how, right? And how did it happen and why did it happen? This is real sort of straight down the arrow. This is how it happened. Started this business. As I said, I was trying to max out my days. I was generating a fair bit of income, a couple grand a week or whatever it may be, maybe a bit more. I don't know. to the point where I was just building up some money behind me, and it got to about, you know, a year and a half of practicing like that, and still being creative in my current business to generate more income by myself. I was like, what do I do with this chunk of money? I knew I had to buy a property. I didn't know what type of property. I didn't know really anything about it. My parents have invested in the property, but sort of just, you know, your average unit or house, whatever it may be. But I just bought a property anyway. I was very nervous at the time, didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted two income streams. So I just bought like a house with two different parts of the house, which I could rent out individually. Long story short, I bought that, kept stimulating the business. And that one property, I was able, from that one property and the income from the business, I was able to buy a block of units. And then since the block of units, which provide a lot more cash flow, and this is me being legit, a lot more cash flow, then I've just been able to just multiply.
But yeah, so we want to know a little bit. I'm speaking on behalf of everyone here.
Yeah, tell me what you want to know.
I want to hear.
Yeah.
I want to know. So from that initial investment,
yeah.
Did you save up extra money to buy the second, or did you borrow on the equity of the first?
Yeah.
What was the process? And there are a lot of people out there that want to know this stuff.
And I'm going to apply this to your life,
Yeah.
right? And I'll tell you the answer. But think about this. I'm going to apply it to your life.
Yeah.
So all I did when I was sitting in the position you are with two businesses, but you obviously got more wheels. I only had one wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. If I applied it to your life, generating more income right now, we'll obviously get that first property.
Sure.
From that first property, you're still in your creative businesses looking to increase the income streams.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you're not capping there. You're like, okay, I'm still going to be creative in this business to make way more income compared to the last year. Anyway, that should be your first intention, always intention.
Okay.
Because in that gap, once you settle a property, for example, or buy an asset, you've generated so much more income in such a short amount of time. You'll be like, whoa, dude, my property's probably worth a little bit more, and I've generated a lot more income this time.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, what do I do again?
Yes.
That's what you'll naturally say.
So the gears were still turning hard, even though when you bought that first one, the gears of the business were still turning hard.
They were just still getting started.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, when you now theoretically look back and logically look back at the timeline, yeah, that's what's happened.
Okay.
For sure. It was just getting started, and then, you know, the business started to turn a lot better. Still off the back of mainly me, not like no word
how many?
about.
Because when you bought that first one, then into the second one, how many staff did you have?
Maybe one.
One other podiatrist working for you.
I think it was probably the stage where I had that one podiatrist working for me, and then it just went from there. And my girlfriend was actually trying to help me run the business when we had that one podiatrist. It was good while it lasted, but yeah, we realized we made the wrong decision hiring a podiatrist first. So he went really quick, actually. We struggled with him, actually. It wasn't good. And then, it just went like that. Once we started hiring back-end staff first. Key back-end staff. If you want to grow a business, back-end staff, guys. Everyone wants to hire a technician making the money, back-end staff. That's how you grow quickly. That's what happened to me.
That makes sense because you delegate all that back end work to that person.
Yes.
Then you focus on the rest. That makes sense also.
Yeah. You can focus on the rest.
So you bought that first.
They can help you grow it. You can then actually get a podiatrist, and this back end staff's job is to actually make them better. Instead of, because you can't do it. You're out there working as well, working away like a technician, you know?
And then the new podiatrist that you hire has that support from an admin staff also.
That's the key.
Whereas you're trying to be a clinician and an admin for the new podiatrist.
Dude, I'm going to give
you got two hats.
Hey, for any podiatry,
you only got one head, bro.
Listen to this, right? For any podiatry person listening out there, I know a lot of you guys listen. I'm being legit right now. I know a lot listen, right? Because I was that kid that was getting P's at university. The biggest mistake everyone makes in this field, we're the fastest growing podiatry company in Australia that Australia's ever seen, right? The biggest mistake that everyone makes is they hire another podiatrist. What are you hiring another podiatrist for?
Look, I'm not going to lie. If I continue...
Think about it. You can't manage them. Like, what are you going to do? Just look at the numbers and be like, I should have done better. So the relationships always break down, bro.
Do you think that was that was a big mistake? Hey, we spoke about fails. That was obviously one of your big business fails. Yeah.
Hard. Yeah, I learned from it. Dude, I lost a massive contract early on in the piece.
Oh, because of it?
Yeah, we got a big aged care contract. I had like 15 podiatrists or like 9 podiatrists from nothing to everything. And me and my girlfriend were trying to run the 9 podiatrists now.
Far out.
We lost the contract. I lost the whole contract. I was a little bit depressed. No, I was just upset. I was over-exaggerating depressed. I was like, I was disheartened.
Yeah.
Disappointed. I'm like, man, come on, you could have done that better. So, you know, that's how I picked myself back up. You know, back-end staff was the next big key. And then that helped me big time. That's the secret, guys. You want to know you podiatrists, you guys still listening? You want to know the process? There it is. Come, let's take over this industry, guys. Wake up. Please, let's go. You can do it.
Hey, even if you've got people in your direct family, like you said, you had your girlfriend helping you.
Yeah.
Do you have a partner that can help you with some of your back end stuff? Yeah. Especially if you're trying to start a business, man. That's the hardest part when you're trying to do everything.
That's what had to happen.
You can't scale doing that yourself.
You're
not
right,
a
man.
chance. Not a chance.
Look. Have you seen how easy it is? Once it's operating smoothly like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
One person's doing this, the other person's doing this. Does it not?
Well, hey,
smooth?
Man, I inducted someone last week and I inducted someone today.
Get out.
So there's
today.
David.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yo, David.
Hey, David.
Welcome to the team.
That's cool. Nah, honestly. So I think that's where it's at, man.
So, but I'm saying,
how do we make the bridge?
Well, I'm saying that because of once you've got the system in place,
yep,
it's so easy to just multiply, scale that.
It is.
Because it's just a process.
And everyone can help it, everyone. Right, that's the key. That's what I encourage. I try and sit down like just a group. We try and sit down together once as a group. Some weeks are a little bit more amped. Like today, I was like straight into. I'm like, guys, not a lot of time. Sorry. And then some weeks we do proper reflection and pretty cool exercises. But we just we want everyone to help everyone. That's what I try and encourage because that's how I am. In all honesty, I just try and help everyone. It's naturally how I am. So I want to encourage that with everyone, and I think that's what's helped bring people together. And that's what brings the process, which is what you talked about. This is why we're here. We just like talking about. I like talking about this.
Yeah.
It actually wakes me up. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
Wakes me up about it all.
Well, because this is stuff that's going on in our life as well, so it's relative to what's actually happening.
Like I never think like this right now. In all honesty, during the week, I'm just working.
Right. Well, we spoke about that literally right before we came in, that this is a time that you and I can actually sit down and relax.
No, I love it, bro.
I got here at 7 and we finished right before this at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten today. I haven't eaten one meal today.
I know, you told me. It's crazy.
This is a relaxing time for us to be able to open and help.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what we're going through that might be able to help other people.
100%. No, I love it.
You got from 2. How have you how many do you have now? Let's keep talking about real estate.
Okay.
How many properties?
19 properties.
So, that's
19 different income streams, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's exactly what it is.
So
19 pluses hitting the bank account. Also 19 minuses. Don't get me wrong, it's a business. You've got a lot of expenses. But obviously then it's the type of deal that you do. And this is where I'm getting at. How?
Yeah.
How did you get this? How do you multiply that?
That's the question.
So quickly. It's only two years since I had my first property. Or not even actually. Coming up to 2 years now. Whoa, that's a.
I know. This is why I'm asking the question, because this is gonna intrigue everyone.
I'm still in the 1 point something that I've owned a property. So it's just literally you're having that many pluses and minuses. As long as the deal is right and you're getting the pluses are scaled high. And how do you do that? Either look for more income streams, right? That's not one way. Or a property which you can improve. That's another way. Or a property which is high in demand, or starting a business inside that property, like Airbnb.
Yeah.
Short-term accommodation. Mm-hmm. That is the key. The key, right? That's how I've been able to alter the properties and make them work a little bit harder, a little bit more agile. Had a bit more confidence in that space. So just try things. I'm not much of a hands-on person. But
you're too pretty to get behind a hammer.
Yeah, no, I'm just not. I don't know. I get frustrated. Honestly, I get frustrated very quick. It's just too slow for me. And this is like really slow, chilled, cool vibe. That's why I like coming here once a week. And I just want to use it as that place. In all honesty, George, I really do. So yeah, it's crazy. It's good. That's how I did it.
And that process was just multiplied. The same thing with what you did with first and 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Just same process.
Same process.
Next and next.
Because they start increasing income so quick, the equity starts to increase as well.
See, that's what I'm trying to get at.
So a lot of them, so once I bought the block of units, it went up in equity so much in 1 year. Obviously, we had a bit of a marketing boom, but it was right near the beach, right next to the beach, 5 units. And we did these like proper holiday, had to fix a few of them up, render, roof restoration, and it went up $1 million in 10 months.
Holy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So think about that equity. Then what you can do with the equity is then move it along. Use it as a down payment for the next one. Dude, there's some properties
I'm learning so much right now. We've spoken about this before, but I'm learning a lot.
Dude, there's some properties that didn't even pay a cent for. Think about this, through pure equity, because if the property's
So you just signed the dotted line.
It's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do the deal. Yep, do the deal. Bank's like, okay, look, you had this much equity. Your down payment, because we're happy to provide you another loan for the next one. Your down payment is only like 30% or whatever it may be. They're like, look, you're going to pay this much, but your equity will easily cover it.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, so what do I pay? Nothing. Cool. You just use equity for this one. Yeah. That's what happened. Look, and the market may slow down, and that's why I've got plan B, plan C, plan D coming in. Guys are going to be planned. I'm not worried about equity. It's not my thing. I'm worried about the sustainability of that property. And what I mean, just to slow it down for the ones that don't do that much property, what will happen, or how will I keep generating income if the market goes right? How can my income still stay up? Imagine that. All other houses, all other properties are getting low rent now, and you keep your rents high. Imagine that, what that does for your property portfolio. Whilst everyone slows, you still stay up.
So
right?
That keeps value of the property higher?
In a true commercial, it will, like, that's like maybe 7, 8 units. That's how they'll value the property.
Yeah.
But look, in some banks are different, actually. Let me put that out there. But no, generally, because you'll be generating still so much income, you'll be in a better borrowing power come 6 months again.
You won't need to drop your rent to make up for the changes.
Yeah, no. So what I mean is, you're saying how will you keep generating?
No. How do you leave your rent the same when everyone else is dropping?
Sorry.
But keeping it at a level that is, yes.
Yep. So either like doing that short-term accommodations or starting a business, or using that accommodation for a higher purpose than general Joe Blow. Get a niche, or focus on something where you can provide someone a product inside the house, or the house as a product. Sorry, the house becomes a business, right?
Yeah.
You provide a product for someone, and that will then directly allow you to keep your income high, and then that will then push you a lot further compared to the masses, because they're all struggling. Their dollar value actually becomes higher in real life. Like $10 starts to mean a lot more to them compared to what it did 3 months ago. When where for me, or that person that's been able to do this, that's what happens is you've got a lot more going for you.
Yeah.
In a bad time. So we've got plan B, plan C.
All right. Man, I just took so much in right then.
Yeah, cool.
I was literally sitting back in my chair like, let's go.
Does it
learning.
actually,
I think that's going to help a lot of people.
No, does it actually sink in? Like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Awesome.
That does make sense.
Because I know, like, you're good at different things. Like when you're speaking about the stocks and stuff, I've been being honest, right? Like, I don't have much idea, bro. Or like, these things that we can generate income from background. You've told me about a couple of them. I'm a little bit weaker in that area, in all honesty.
Yeah, but it's about the amount of time you put into learning it. You've obviously invested a lot more time into learning about real estate than I have.
Great.
I spent a lot more time of mine researching and educating myself on Forex and crypto, stocks, shares, EFTs, NFTs.
But think about this, right? Maybe it's the upbringing, because all I knew is when I had a bit of money, I had to buy a property.
Yeah,
that's what was embedded into me, guys.
Do you know what?
So when I had a bit of money, I didn't think about left or right. It was like I had to get a property. I didn't even know what I was doing with it. I didn't know what time to look for, what I was going to make. I was like, this one seems okay, and I bought it.
Did you know what you're doing with the first one?
No,
Did you have an idea?
That's what I'm trying
Did you
to
have
say.
Guidance with that?
Not really.
But do you know how you said before? You said
like what to buy or how to do the deal or how to calculate it. Like no one really guided me, and that's what I'm trying to say. I had no idea, but it was embedded into me maybe because of our upbringings. Just do that, and then I had to figure it out. That's why I have to research more.
I think I've learnt mine myself. I think you've taken a lot from your parents in that regards.
Yeah.
My parents are very straight arrow. Just work hard, work a lot, earn income, buy a house. Like that's it. Not very much into investing. Like that's just their preference.
Where's it put them? How old are they?
They're in their mid-50s.
And where's it putting them into them? Like when they're 65? What's the trajectory?
Just like I would say, just mediocre.
So now what's going to happen like when they're 70 and they're
Oh,
not working
exactly.
anymore?
They're just going to be living in that same house, and then they'll be living off their
Pension?
super and pension and that sort of
super.
thing.
Yep. Okay. Sorry.
So it'll get to that point. So
Okay,
it'll get
so then
it'll get to retirement, superannuation, pension, and that.
Okay.
And then realistically,
Pretty deep, yeah.
well, you think about, but I think about that now after
Yep.
what you've just said. You'll never have to get on the pension, essentially.
Oh,
or you would never.
God
You would
willing.
hope at this point that you'll never
Yeah.
get to the point where you need to rely on government money and funding to even
hope-
live,
you'd hope not.
to pay your rent, to pay your
Yeah.
food. You've already generated this amount of backing behind you that's
Yeah.
going to be doing that for you.
Yeah. Look, you'd hope not. Like obviously,
Yeah, exactly.
Things can change,
Things can happen. Yeah.
But with being able to move in the right direction and learn about an asset which grows with the economy, right, compared to sitting in your bank or buying something which is not growing with the economy.
You don't make bank. You don't
Yeah.
make money with money in the bank.
No,
Like
no.
the interest rates
Has to be out on the market. That's
Yeah,
what I call
they
it. So
can't
the way
be-
I see it in my mind is that cash has to be out there. It's
Yeah.
still yours, right?
Yeah.
But it has to be out there. So then if it goes up, right, its value money goes up, which it always has, bless you.
Thank you.
Must up, must up, must up. Virus.
Oh God.
Imagine. So yeah, the income increases heavily.
Yeah.
The value of money increases heavily, then that's what will happen is your value of money will increase compared to just sitting around in nothing. But that's why I say it. So that's what I landed into, and that's what I kept researching. Compared to a business, a lot of people, because they don't know what to do with their money, might go and invest it into another business of some sort.
Yeah.
Not educating themselves for an actual asset. Sometimes, and look, this is my personal opinion, I'll be honest, like I could be wrong here.
Yeah.
Just being real. Sometimes it's really important to educate yourself and forget about yourself for once, guys. There's no quick get rich scheme.
No, that's.
I'll be honest with you. Now, there's none. You'll do better if you've just got a straight arrow and you go, this is what I'm going to do. Let me do it right. Let me do it smart. Let me buy the right thing.
Yeah.
Let me make the right decision with what I'm doing. Right. Just have a bit of due diligence. Right.
But people get caught up in those things because it's marketed so huge these days. There's these courses that offer like 70,000 a week from your e-commerce store and
Start up this business. Go.
You'll generate $1 million in a year. We guarantee it with our program.
But I'm talking about failure. I've done this, by the way.
Yeah, but I got caught into those things when I was younger.
For sure.
I paid $500 for these programs that said that you would start generating.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like that sort of,
Yeah.
like when I was obviously younger, like early 20s, that sort of stuff. Like it catches people, but I think these sort of investments, like you have to have delayed gratification for this sort of stuff. There's no matter what anyone says, there's no quick fix for riches.
Yeah.
Or success in that way. Money or success.
I'll tell you.
However you define success, whether it's be internal, external, that's a very subjective thing.
I'll tell you experience, which is exactly what you're saying, right? Is I've started up so many little mini businesses. Dude, they've gone nowhere.
Hey, I bought your fidget spinners.
Back in the day, right? Dude, I've started so much stuff. I've even tried drop shipping.
I've tried that.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a phase.
Yeah. I tried an Amazon shop as well.
You just didn't do it good enough, right? Because you just think it's a quick get rich. So you're like, oh yeah, I'll just do this.
Because people
you don't
say
apply
it.
yourself.
People say that though.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible.
No.
But you just don't apply yourself with the right mindset going into it. It's not something you're passionate about. So you're like, where's the money? And you're like, I just did this and did it simple. And whoa, they said they were going to do it like that and it didn't happen. Right? That doesn't happen. That's why you get disinterested. You don't do it right. Guys, just be chill. Be cool with what you're doing. Be happy. Just do it well and you'll really do fine. Best advice I've ever received to date. I'm not going to say who gave it to me. To date. Right, just do it well. You could be a garbage collector. We're going to short this. You got to be a garbage collector, right? You can be a garbage collector. Think about this. And it's so easy to be a really good garbage collector, be the best, be renowned as the best service, best team, best garbage trucks, best, they're quiet. You could be so many good aspects of a garbage collector that you will get every contract naturally around you. Best example, nothing against garbage collectors, but you'll get every single thing around you, right? And it won't be a problem because you'll be that good. Everyone wants your service, right? You'll be on automatic. Hey, one of the most richest guys in Australia came from a skip bin company. Right, Maloof, his name is. It's not one of the richest, but he's up there. He's a billionaire. and he just had skip bins, and his skip bin business took off so hard, picking up rubbish, right, that he blasted it and he sold his company, bro, for like I think it was 100 million more, maybe 600 million or something. He sold his company for 600 million, I think it was.
Wow.
Think about this for a sec. He just did it well.
Yes, man.
Just do it well. Have fun.
I've been sitting here wanting to speak while you got on that, but I wanted to keep you going. But I had the exact same advice given to me when I was younger. I said it was actually to a podiatry mentor. I go, he's probably in his 60s now. He's still practicing a little bit. I said, how do I differentiate myself between everyone that I just graduated with this year? He goes, be the best podiatrist.
Wow. Dude, that's it.
Just be the best podiatrist.
Gun.
And whether that's going to be your education, your skills, like just be the best, because they'll make you stand out, and people will inherently go towards you in this sea of practitioners. Yep. And that applies to absolutely every profession. You like you said,
break the rules, bro. You got to break the rules.
Make sure you're
in your industry, in your job, break the rules. Just do, and I'm not saying in the wrong way. Break the rules to what the general expectation is.
Don't get yourself in trouble because of what he just said.
hey,
we don't take any responsibility for any rules broken in your workplace.
Yeah, I'm watching you. But can I say this?
Yeah, of course.
There's a general expectation of a podiatrist when coming out of uni. I really want to get this message out there. We're going to short this. There's a general expectation of a podiatrist coming out of university. They say you're going to make $70,000, $80,000. That's it. Just stick to that. Guys, I bent the rules so hard on this. I bent it so hard, right, that it's not even considerable that amount anymore, right? And I'm showing everyone around me, and I'm helping them push themselves and break that mindset and show them how to help multiple people at the same time at scale with extreme premium services, which they can adequately charge the patient for. And the patient is happy to pay this because they're like, wow, this is really good. You bend the rules that hard and go that hard with something, become that good at it, you will be successful. You will exceed the general norm of your industry. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Think about this garbage collector I just said. You can bend the rules. You have to think left field, go hard for it, right? And you will get there because it's nothing someone's ever seen before. You create your own industry. Then that's heavy.
Yeah, wow.
You create your own industry. Yeah. You start a different industry.
You're not even in the same industry as the others you're competing. There's no competition then.
Bro.
There is no competition then.
To the point, remember what I said? I said to every podiatrist, I said, you guys listening, please, I've created a different industry. I'm saying come and join because we can grow the industry. This is what I'm saying. People think, can I say this quickly? People think if they see me on screen like this, right? They think I'm cocky, but I'm not. I'm actually saying, like, let's do this together. I'm so excited and happy about it. I'm like, we can do it. It's easy. Like, I'm positive about it because it really is. Come join the industry, podiatrists. Let's absolutely kill this. Let's change healthcare in Australia. Right, and this is just an example of everything we've just spoken about. It's just bend the rules.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've done it. Yeah. No one gave you permission to go and change the way that you viewed podiatry. Or you didn't take 70K first year out of uni as an option.
No, you're right.
So, but nobody nobody gave you the permission to do what you did, but you did it anyway. But look at the successes from after that. And I can testament to this because we have new grads starting up with us that are earning far more than 70K first year. You know that. We've got new grads working for us that are earning way more than that.
You're right, actually.
So,
you're actually right.
You don't need permission to change the industry, and you don't need permission, and you don't need to follow status quo with that sort of stuff.
You're right.
There's no blueprint for what we're doing.
Yes.
You decide that. That's completely based on you and how much effort you want to put into it.
I'm going to tell a quick vision, then we'll get into this question.
For sure.
That I had. When I first came out of uni, I would say this. I need to make that $60,000 or $70,000, so I need about $1,000 or $1,200 a week. Mm-hmm. That was my main goal because I started up my own business coming out of uni. Now, think about what I'm going to say. I had that vision per week, and I'm like, how can I make that in a day, right? Then I'd go $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, okay, either I have a really big day and try and do more than $1,000, or imagine I have $5,000 days in the week. And I'm like, that's 5. Holy shit. Okay. Now this is becoming consistent. Then you work around people and you start to see, this is like, I saw other surgeons, right? And they make out bank like 20 a day. I'm being legit, but by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that this is a measure of, and I'll tell you why. It's not a measure of how
successful. That's why I said
yes.
That's how you define.
I'll tell you
different
why.
ways of defining success, financial, other.
I didn't see these people making 20 grand a day as someone different and me being jealous. I'm like, look, that human being, that body of tissue, if he can provide so much value that he's worth that amount, how can I?
Exactly.
That's my question. How can I provide more value?
That's how everyone has to look at what they're doing.
That's all.
Because if you're doing something, there's someone else doing what you want to do at a larger scale.
Yes.
Mimic what they're doing.
Dude,
follow in their
it.
footsteps.
How easy
Ask
is
them
it?
questions.
That's
follow
it.
their process.
That's what happened to
follow
me.
their procedures.
Yes.
Research them.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so
I know you're excited because
dude, I'm so excited. I'm so passionate about this.
Yeah, man.
I'm actually so passionate about this, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. If he can do it, I can do it.
Of course.
That was always my attitude. Even at uni, I hated podiatry at the start. I'm like, I can't touch someone's foot, but I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. I made mates really quick, and I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's my attitude all the time. If he can do it, I can do it. Right? Short that. Whew. Right? Because I'm like, shit. What do I have to do? And I did it. I changed. I provided more. I thought left field. I did a laser procedure. I started doing surgeries different. And the word was getting out there. And these guys like, this guy's worth that amount. Mm-hmm. He's worth that. And that's all I did. And it makes, honestly, it makes so much sense to me now. This is why I love coming here and reflecting. Because honestly, it makes so much sense right now. It's insane.
But think about how exponentially faster your business grew when you became...
Yes.
What's that word? I tried saying a word before. Predisposition. And I said it wrong.
Okay.
And we
yes,
had to think about this. The predisposition comes before the position.
Yes.
So we have to be thinking about where we want to be in 5, 10, 15. Who is the person we want to be? What do we want to become?
Well, remember right now,
where do we...
in that realm, it's our chill zone right now.
Yeah.
Because after this, it's going to get really heavy. I said this, right? I said in 10 years' time, with all the experience that we're building, imagine how busy our lives will be, George.
Yeah.
It's like I know. Sorry, I don't want to say that. I don't want to sound cocky.
You can feel it.
I can feel it.
You
because you know what I'm trying to say.
I know
it
what
comes
you're
off on the screen.
Yeah.
Onto the microphone.
People take that the wrong way.
Yeah. You can feel it, you know, like something crazy is going to happen. That's how it feels.
But you get excited. It's not I know where I'm going to be in 10 years. I'm like, wow, isn't this interesting? The trajectory of our path and our movements at the moment are going to be steadying us in this position.
That direction.
Potentially in this area in 10 years.
And I said, George, how will we be behaving right now? And I'd be like, dude, this zone will be our chilled zone. This will not excite us. This will be like, wow, thank God we got to rest for a bit.
Yeah.
And that's predisposition, right? Because you're just leveling up. Ties it to the back of this podcast. Guys, honestly, this has been an insane podcast. I really want to say that. Really, really good. Let's get into a question.
Let's get into the question.
We had a couple of questions, actually. I just posted one on my story, guys. If you're not checking out the stories, check them out because George, we're all posting on there. It gets pretty interesting during the week. And last thing, if you're not subscribed, honestly, if you're listening right now, you know that we connect in a different way. Do you get what I'm saying?
They can feel it.
Hey. Hit that subscribe button. I really want to create a cool community here. I know this is George's underlying thing. We've talked about this at a deeper level. I know you want to create a community that we know we vibe off each other. We connect and it's like, hey, let's push through this together. Subscribe, so just so you get a notification, right? That way we're on the same energy each week, right? So you listen to us straight away. And when we connect with you, and then the next week, because you listen to the same time, we're just progressing together. Let's stay up to date. Let's stay in tune with it all. We got this, guys. Let's get into the question.
Let's do it. All right, man. Did your career as a podiatrist afford you the ability to buy these IPs and businesses and cars?
Yeah. So as I said,
pretty much went through that.
Yeah. So just to add to that, then obviously did the properties, and then I just seen how much cash flow they were making, and then I'm like, okay, if I could make $500 cash flow, maybe I can go and spend that because that's always going to be there, right? It's always going to be there. Grow your businesses, have a bit of fun. So then I just decided how much cash flow I was getting from these properties and to buy a car or etc. So that's how I have a little bit of fun as I'm going along. I know it's safe fun because of the cash flow. And then if anything ever slowed down with the business, you can always eject. There's heaps of ways to get out. So anyway, that's how it happened.
Awesome. I want to have a discussion about this one because I like this one. I want to talk with you about this.
Okay.
Because I feel like this year I've made a conscious effort to put a lot of focus into time management.
Yep.
Because obviously we're getting very, very busy here, and all the other businesses between us two are getting absolutely insane. We've spoken about that.
By the way.
So time management, trying to balance everything, but still keeping healthy.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I add to this before I ask you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to know first about this question.
Yeah.
Look, you've got a lot of interests, whether it's podiatry, whether it's business, whether it's trading, whether it's social life, whether it's your gym, right? You have a lot of interests.
Yeah.
Honestly, right? And you're starting to hit a bit of a trend at the moment. I want to know what's changed. Think about what I'm saying. I want to know what's changed with your time management to be able to allow you to now transition positively.
Prioritizing time management, focusing on time management.
Okay.
So instead of having tasks in a whole day, actually making a conscious effort to stay disciplined to allocated time slots.
Okay.
So like we spoke about how I need to use a diary to keep things.
Yep. In the previous, if you haven't checked it out, check out the previous podcast. Go.
Have a listen. So you don't need that. So I need that. So if I can manage my time by prioritizing things systematically through the day, ticking them off as I go, it's keeping accountable, because you know exactly what you're meant to do throughout the day, and and keeping healthy is easy. Who can't make available 60 minutes a day to do some form of physical exercise? Wake up an hour earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
What,
you're right. Hey, we had this discussion.
You wake up at 4:00.
Yeah.
I wake up 4:45.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a priority and you want to stay healthy, if that's actually means something to you to be physically healthy, which I think everybody should, because like I said, your productivity, your awareness, your health, everything comes down to keeping a physically and healthy body.
Yeah.
It has to be a priority. So making time for it is a huge thing. So allocating the time, just going through and doing those things.
Going through it. Yeah. I think there's a bit of science behind this, and this is what I wanted to say. The science is if you actually write something down, it's another way to train your brain to stay accountable to that. It almost like rewires your brain in a different way.
Neuroplasticity.
Yeah, it will sort of create that neuron that you're connected to that, right? Your brain now remembers that. It's a way to train your brain. It's just one form, right? Everyone's different, but it's definitely one form. By writing it down to go, hey, I'm going to be accountable by this. It's not going to escape my brain. I'm going to know, and that's how you usually can get it done.
It's a good mental trigger. It is. I feel for me, that it's necessary. Yeah. Because I've said before, I'm inherently lazy.
Yeah.
I'll find an excuse not to do anything.
Yeah.
Like procrastination. Yeah, I'm his best mate.
Wow.
But when I'm writing things down, it's a different story. I'm held accountable. It's visible. I know what has to be done.
Nice.
I've got the tasks there. If they're not crossed out at the end of the day, I'm the only one to blame.
Love it. No, it's really good, man. And I think for sure it's a method, and it's definitely, you definitely probably implemented that better.
Yeah.
And that probably answers that question. That's why I just want to ask from that angle.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. You've sort of found a bit of a niche with your time management and hitting off tasks. And hitting them off will get you far, right? Because now you're hitting off double in two different wheels, right? You got two different wheels now, right? It's actually a pretty cool feeling.
Well, think about the compounding effect.
Yeah.
Think if you write down 5 tasks every day, just 5, write 1 to 5 on a bit of paper, write down things that, not your goals, not your, I want to make $1 million, write down the actionable steps today that you can potentially do that are going to get you closer to your end goals. Ticking them off as you go. Think about the compounding effect. You're doing 5 a day, that's 35 a week, how many a year? Think about where you're going to be at the end of the year if you're doing 5 tasks that are pushing you towards your goal at the end of the year.
Okay.
As opposed to just doing things when you feel like doing them.
Or when you think you can implement it.
Yeah. As opposed to having no option but to do them.
Look,
writing them down daily and getting them done.
And it comes down to that daily process, guys, in all honesty. It literally does. I've got a morning process, a night process. It definitely it makes me feel the way I am. Let me just put it that way, or experience the way I'm experiencing things, which is great. But it definitely helps me daily. So find your process, find how you're going to stay accountable, how you're going to create more action. I've read some amazing books. So, I think you guys will be able to do it. And let's actually meet in the next one. Let's catch up to where we are. Let's actually do this, right? I'm actually really having fun. So I'm really, really excited.
Implement that strategy and let us know how you go. I want to hear of people doing things that are going to progress them towards their goals. This is a measurable and actionable step you can take right now. You can do this tomorrow. You can write 1 to 5 on a bit of paper. Put that bit of paper next to your desk or where you're working. Do those things. Get them crossed out at the end of the day. You've won the day.
Like you've
actionable step.
Like you've just won this podcast.
We've won.
Yeah. No, I'm happy. It's honestly really, really good. Look, man, I think we're pretty good. We'll do two or three more questions next one. I'm really loving the questions. Yeah,
me too. Because obviously the things that you guys are telling us that you want to hear, we're getting a lot of enjoyment and we're learning a lot from this as well. Yep. Keep them coming through. We appreciate everyone. So keep connected, keep hitting us up with questions, and we appreciate you listening.
That was so fun. Honestly, I actually loved the way that flowed. So I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. Subscribe. Let's hit us. Let's create a bit more action and flow. Woohoo! Message us. Tell us how you're feeling. Have a good day, y'all.